What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about The Walking Dead Journey So Far discussion. It was a 2-hour special AMC last night if you missed it in the United States. I'm not sure when it airs in the UK, but basically we're going to talk about it a little bit. We saw the marathon. I don't know if you guys watched it. The marathon was about season 1 into season 2. Right before the special aired. We're not going to cover season 7 premiere, so no spoilers about that. But there are going to be general spoilers about the show and season 1 up to season 6, really what's aired on TV so far. So basically the show was pretty cool, nothing crazy. It was just a recap of everything that's aired so far. And you had season 1 up to season 6, and it's iconic. I mean, the show starts with this. We don't see this again. It doesn't come back around. We don't really see how it's connected with anything, but it draws your attention and be like, damn, this is going to be a different show. Up to season 6, where it left off with the finale with Negan, and they didn't really talk about it much in there at all. They kind of glanced over it, and it was kind of rushed. I feel like they put more stuff into season 1, 2, and 3, the earlier stuff, and not too much into season 6, what they recapped on there as well. They didn't really talk about it too much. The sneak peek at the end was exactly what the sneak peek online was. The 3-minute trailer about Negan talking to Rick, and he puts him in the RV and whatever, so there wasn't anything new there. But I was watching the marathon, started with season 1 up to season 2, then the special aired, so it got to about midway point of season 2 before it had to stop. But what I thought was interesting is that Carl, Chandler Riggs, said that Rick was gone in the coma for a month, that Carl did not see Rick for 1 month. So that was a good timeline for Rick to be in a coma. So this all happened right there too. He got shot, the apocalypse started, Rick went away. But in 1 month, this happened. This romance already happened, where I could see Lori seeing that her husband was gone forever, but man, in 1 month she's already getting with Shane, and who knows when that actually started. You know, the big thing too was that Daryl Dixon and Carol Pelletier, however you want to say it, they have the drastic changes of anybody, besides Carl, of course, because he's a little kid on the show. But you know, I was watching season 1, and it was great, and I love watching the older episodes because there's stuff you might have missed and whatever, and you don't even remember some of these cast members that were on the show. That's why I love watching the older episodes on there too. And what came up to me was that Daryl was kind of a dick, and Rick points his gun at him several times. And like, what if Daryl got killed by Rick? He didn't stand for it on there too. And if you watch the Inside the Actor Studio thing about this past summer, they talked about that Daryl might not have been on the show after the 4th episode. They might have killed him off. So he only came in the episode 3. In episode 4, they might have already killed him off. That would have been a crazy different change of the show at all. But if you watch season 1, Rick points his gun at Daryl several times, and he easily could have shot him, whatever. But they changed that. It didn't happen. They moved on. And then to season 2. You know, and season 1 was great. Season 2, to me, is the slowest season with the whole Sophia thing and this and that. But they talked about that a little bit because it does set up, you know, later seasons pretty well on there too. As the farm season, I just love this aerial shot of the farm as well, and it's pretty cool to think about. It's an actual farm, it's closed off, private property, can't get on there too. But what stood out to me was the romance between Maggie and Glenn, and that was the biggest thing going forward in season 2 that lasted. You know, Herschel died, Beth died, whatever, but I was watching season 2, and it's when they go to the drugstore and they get condoms and whatever, and there's this funny line that Maggie and Glenn have, and Glenn goes, you know, we still have 11 condoms, and Maggie goes, you see 11 condoms, I see 11 minutes of my life I'm not getting back. Oh, was that bad or whatever? It's kind of funny, you know, between them two, the romance of Maggie and Glenn, the Well Walker. A lot of stuff happened in season 2. I like season 2, don't get me wrong, but if I rank all the seasons, it's different. I can't believe Andrea shoots Daryl. You know, there's so many different things where you're like, oh my God, Andrea was just so stupid in there too when it happened. The heartbreaking moment was when Sophia comes out of the barn. You're like, oh my God, all that time, all that effort for her to be already dead in the Walker. They're on the run. They leave, the walkers take over the farm, they're on the run, they don't do that, they put a shot of the prison up, they don't get to the prison. And they were talking about it too, because you see Lori has the baby when they get to the prison. And Lori is pregnant, but you don't see that. They're on the run, so they had to be on the run for like 7-8 months for that to happen before she had the baby. So the prison went down, before they got to the prison, the farm went down, they had that. And this is one of the hardest scenes for Lauren Cohan to film. She almost quit the series after she had to do this, and it's a terrible thing, and it's horrible that Carl had to kill Lori and everything, even though I didn't like Lori at all. But, you know, it's a kind of crazy thing that you remember of the prison there, too. Then you had to deal with Andrea and the governor and Rick and everything, and they go on there too. And it's kind of cool to see the interviews with David Morrissey and everything, and they talk about it. Morgan comes back, and Morgan's got the thick British accent. It's pretty cool. Him and the governor both have thick accents, and it was cool to see Morgan come back. I remember that in season 3 in Clear, and it was really cool to see him finally come back. I've been to the actual where they shot this, and it's pretty cool to go into Morgan's apartment. They still have tours of that, Atlanta movie tours. Definitely check them out if you want. There's the Big Zombie Tour 2 is what we took to get on there. Then season 4, everything's honky-donkey, honky-dory. They all that. They're making this. They're having weed, whatever that is. Then the governor shows up, takes over because we didn't know where the governor was, and does that, kills Herschel, terrible death. But, I always thought about, he rolls up with a tank and destroys the prison and then it's no more. But I always thought about, what if Shane actually left the farm and he went to Fort Benning, and him and Andrea went to Fort Benning, and they went on there too, and he became kind of like the governor role, where it would be Rick versus Shane and Shane versus Rick, and Lori's dead, so that's out of the equation on there too. I just love this picture right here too. Snuggling up with Shane and Rick. But honestly, what would you think if Rick versus Shane, if Shane's basically the governor, where he has an army or a group there, Fort Benning people, against Rick and the prison, and do they join up? Do they go up? And Lori's gone, so that would be out of the equation. Shane would probably think the baby's his. I just thought that would be a great scenario. It didn't happen, but Rick got the crap beat out of him by the governor, but the governor was gone. And then Abraham shows up, and all these new characters come around in season 4, and it's pretty cool in there too. A lot of iconic stuff in season 4 with Look at the Flowers, Terminus. Just a great season overall. And they talk about it a little bit. Melissa McBride did a couple of interviews, and definitely check out the journey so far. Terminus, season 4 into season 5, short-lived Terminus for sure. Season 5's got them on the run until they meet up with Aaron, and they get to Alexandria. They talk about Alexandria and everything, and how the differences were there, and how, they were different from the beginning. They're two different people. They were like a wild dog when they were brought in, then they finally become a group and everything, and it was pretty cool to see. They kind of glanced over season 5 and season 6. We lost so many different characters if you think about it over the different part of the series and different seasons, and we're gonna lose some more, so it's gonna be there. But we have the biggest cast ever going into season 7. I can't wait. Definitely check out The Walking Dead journey so far. I can't wait to see how it airs for the season 7 premiere in 6 days. Can't wait for this to be done. Can't wait for it to be done and settled. So like, share, subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos, to get more videos. We can't do it without you. You guys are awesome. And there you go, guys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.